In continuation with the two previous videos I posted on YouTube, the whole printer very discriminately and selectively printing, that whole saga continues. And there are a few significant events this morning that I want to capture on this video. So I was on CIBC mobile banking on my cell phone, and once again I ran into technical difficulties. I call it technical abnormalities or hacking, but if we want to completely ignore all the evidence, it's technical abnormalities. So first, my CIBC mobile banking, the shortcut that appears on your cell phone screen, that completely disappeared. And then I had a lot of trouble getting back onto mobile banking, but I finally did. And then when I went into mobile banking, when I was in my accounts, it wouldn't let me see the account activities. I only saw the balance summaries. I wasn't able to see the account activities and transactions, which has been happening a lot lately. I've been running into a lot of problems with CIBC. So what I did was I wanted to print off the image on my cell phone screen, the image of the error message that said from CIBC saying, we've run into difficulties, you cannot see your transactions right now. I wanted to print that off. And as you know, I'm going to turn this on again. If you watch my videos, I have a very strange new CANON printer that behaves discriminately and selectively when it's printing off. It seems to screen the content first before it'll print it. It's like it's thinking about it. I'm not sure. It only prints color when it for certain people, which I will explain in a second. Lots of problems. We just put in a black cartridge not too long ago, and it's already showing it's empty. And even though it shows it's empty, it prints, but it prints with strips and with all kinds of lovely designs, as you can see here. This is when I tried to photocopy that image of CIBC on my cell phone saying that we cannot show you your account transactions right now. This is what I got. So the font seems to be there. The font seems to be working. It's there. You can see it's dark, but then all the lovely designs come with it. And I get all kinds of strips like this, all kinds of different. Sometimes it goes through the actual image. Sometimes that you want to capture. Sometimes it's outside the image. So it's always a surprise. It acts. Like I said, the output is very strange. So I wanted to photocopy this, but it didn't give me this. What it did was it gave me a color copy of my son's artwork, which was basically a print command from the laptop that we have. We have a family laptop. So it was a print command from the laptop. Now this hasn't printed out for days. Okay, I was using the printer yesterday as much to my ability as I could, because it's not working. But I used the printer a bit yesterday, and nothing like this came out. But for some reason, when I wanted to print off CIBC today, this is what came out first. Then this came out, and then more and more of these came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're continuing to come out. I had to stop the printer. They're continuing to come out. For some reason, it lapsed for a few days, and now all of a sudden they're coming out again. So my son is able to get. I'm not able to get color at all. So my son is not just able to get some pretty good color copy, but he's actually able to send print commands from the laptop. As I mentioned before, I can't do that. Whenever I try to do that, it tells me I'm either offline or the printer is not connected to the computer. We can't find it, even though the printer is listed in the computer. We already set everything up. So I cannot get, not only can I not print from the computer, but I can't, I could never get color like this, okay? The only time I was ever able to get color was, well, this doesn't even qualify as getting a color image. What happened was it was like the printer discriminately. It was a high stress situation. I was working on something. It was and I was dealing with a lot of technical abnormalities, and I wasn't able to overcome them. I couldn't get my work done. I couldn't do what I set out to do. And so I photocopied something, and what I ended up getting was, and I'm going to look for this, and I'm going to show you. I keep everything. I have tons of stuff. It was a black and white photocopy like this, but just right about here there was sort of like a blotch of red, and it looked like a splatter of blood. And I noticed it right away, and I kept this, and I'm going to find it. I usually do find it. If I misplace something, I usually find it. Like I said, I have tons of stuff. And so I thought, wow, that's incredible. So I can't get any color. I've never been able to print off color. But, well, my son can, but what I get is a splatter of blood. So, and I want to say that this morning I was talking about that in a video, and I'm not sure where it went because now I can't find it. But this part where I'm talking about a splatter of blood or a red blotch on a photocopy, and then I started spotting very shortly thereafter, and that means menstruation, and I've often talked about how my menstruation follows they follow very strange presentations, and that's in another video. I don't want to get into that now, but the menstruation itself and the blood flow follows very strange patterns, and yeah, so that's in a previous video on YouTube. So, and I also want to mention, this is important, that all the while, the even though like it's still showing there's font, the black ink light is on, which means it's telling me there's no ink, and the color ink is on, and that's very ironic because my son is getting all this printed off in color. Meanwhile, it's saying that the color ink is empty. But having said that, this printer is so badly hacked. As soon as you put in, we just recently put in a cartridge. You can put in a brand new cartridge, and 2 days later it'll show that it's empty. Oh, let's see what's coming now. Oh, okay, and this is what I was talking about. The images are still coming out, and there's another one, and there's another one. And keep in mind, it's been a few days I've been using the printer, and these weren't coming out, and now all of a sudden they want to come out now. It's absolutely, honestly, it's amazing. My son is able to get color. I've never been able to get color.